Hey, vinyl community, how you doing? I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. As always, my friends, cheers. We're about done with this one. So I thought I would do a new vinyl and CDs that I have recently got, and these are all new ones. I don't have any used vinyl. Normally I show you a lot of used vinyl. I figured I would make this one shorter, not do that, because I don't get as many newer records as I do used. I'm going to start out with a couple CDs, okay? This is the latest release from Lee Aaron. Of course, she is a Canadian import, one of the more famous Canadian imports that they have. There's the inside, there's the CD, there's the back. As you can see, if you look at the titles there, what this is a covers album. So no originals on here, it's all covers. I recently got this in the mail, and it's one of those albums, you ever get one of those albums where, you know, when you first listen to it, you're like, man, I don't know about this. That's kind of how I felt about this. I listened to it, and on my first listen through, kind of about halfway through or so, I was like, man, I don't know about this. I don't know if these are the right choices for her or not. And then it started to pick up a little bit more. And then I played it a couple times since then, and it really grew on me. I've got to admit it. You know, now, if you don't have any Lee Aaron and you're not familiar with her, this is not the album to pick up, right? I would get one of her other ones that has all original songs. But if you like Lee Aaron, I think this is a pretty good listen to. There's a couple songs on here that she probably shouldn't have done that I would have changed. But I tell you, there's a couple that I really like. The standouts to me, she does a remake of The Pusher, which was a shock. Does a really cool job of that. And Malibu by the band Hole. I love that band Hole. She does a really great job. So Tattoo Me by Lee Aaron, her new release. I'm going to take a star off of that just because she never tours outside of Canada. That's ridiculous, because I'd like to see her in concert. She's from the 80s, man. Next up, we have Color and Chaos by Uriah Heap. Rock and roll legends, Uriah Heap. They've been around for a long, long time. There's the back of it. Nothing special there. Actually, you know, this is not brand new. It's fairly new to me. This came out last year, but this is their latest release. And Steve, All the World's a Stage, and Alex from Beer and Vinyl, we are going to go see Uriah Heap and Saxon here in a couple weeks or whatever. And I always like to have the latest release of a band I'm going to go see. And, you know, of course, I've got a bunch of old albums of Uriah Heap, all their classic stuff. But I had the one before this, and my buddy Steve said, nah, this one's pretty good too. So I finally ordered it. Didn't get the vinyl, because the vinyl's still way too high, I think. Got some good stuff on here, you know, not as good as their classic stuff, but it opens up really strong, and I think it's got a few of those kind of strange Uriah Heap songs where they're a little bit longer and they tell these oddball stories. You know, it's still got a good sound. They're still a good band, you know. They've still got Mick in the band. Bernie Shaw's on vocals. I like it, you know. Not amazing or anything, but pretty good. Now we're on to some vinyl. Here's one that some of you will hate, but this is the latest by Tim McGraw. This is called Standing Room Only. This is a double album. Look, it opens up. There it is. And my wife and I are going to go see Tim McGraw and Carly Pearce at the end of this month. Here's the vinyl. It's clear vinyl. See me through there? This, you know, Tim McGraw is one of those artists where I like a lot of his stuff. Now, he's got some songs that I consider a little bit too sappy or too by the numbers, but he's got some good stuff too. And I think this is a pretty good album. I've actually had this for a long time. I just never showed it. I kept thinking my wife would come on here, and you know, because I got this for the both of us, and I thought she would say something, but she will not come on. So I finally had to show it, especially since we're going to go see him. You know, I've got some I've got some friends that like some country music, right? I got Mr. Chris Profi. I got Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, and I got Mike, MGK Boston. And Brandon, I know he's a fan of Tim McGraw. Brandon, if you don't have this album yet, you need to get this. You would like it. There's a song on here called Hey Whiskey. All three of you guys would like that. Anybody likes country music, you would like that song. It's a keeper. I like it. Pretty good album by Tim. Next up, I have the latest by St. Vincent. I just picked this up. I got all these albums at Gromie's over in Lima, by the way. Look at the back. Isn't that great? No, it's not. It's ridiculous. That's stupid. Opens up. Nothing special in there. Now, St. Vincent is an artist that Mike's Got the Spins is the one that kind of introduced me to her because he sent me an album on red vinyl. I can't really give you much of an opinion of this because I've only listened to one side of it so far. I haven't had a chance to really delve into it, so I'm not going to give you any opinions on it yet. St. Vincent, you know, pretty kind of a different artist, right? I dig it though. She's got a little bit of kind of R&B, a little bit of funk in there at times to go along with the pop rock kind of thing going on. So what was this thing called? All Born Screaming. All Born Screaming is the name of the album. Sorry. Oh, also, let me give a shout out to Vinyl Lounge. They just went and saw this tour and talked about it. Did a pretty good little concert review on that show. And my final one, if you're still here, this is the one I probably like the most, and this is Psycho Daisies by the Yardbirds. This is from Record Store Day. I didn't pick it up then, but they still had some stuff. This is like a bunch of B-sides. They collected the B-sides and put them on an album, and it's really cool. I love the look of that vinyl, too. That's awesome. Yeah, it's all B-sides, and it's cool because it's throughout their career. So you've got Eric Clapton, you've got Jeff Beck, and you've got Jimmy Page, all represented on here. I love the Yardbirds. If you're a fan of the Yardbirds, highly recommend this. This is great. I love it. I love the look of it. It sounds really good. So totally happy with that Yardbirds record. So there's some new releases. Next time we talk, I'll show you a lot of used vinyl probably. What do you guys think of these? I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my good friends, I will see you down the road.